It's 11 years off the air. I mean, I'm surprised there's anything left.
Essentially, we've got 2 weeks to put the sets up, light them, dress them, everything. So it's about as tight as you could do it in.
It looks exactly the same to me.
Really?
It's like going back in time or never leaving the past or something, right?
Yes.
We are extracting 2 sets from Seinfeld.
We only had 2 basic sets, and it was the apartment and the diner.
You know, we were a little shocked when we first looked through this warehouse. There is quite a bit of damage that needs to be repaired, but being that this is original, maybe it'll be that much more authentic, you know?
I've been working with the original production designer from Seinfeld, Tom Mazzari.
Well, he just wanted to know if we had anything left over, and I think he's the one that found that they archived the sets, which was great help.
So he dug into his archives, gave us really great photos of all the sets from back then, blueprints.
I gave him a whole bunch of photographs and some ground plans, so at least he had somewhere to start. So they didn't really know until they went to the warehouse to find the sets.
Well, this appears to be one of the counter pieces for the diner, for Monk's Diner. And as you can see, it's seen some days on stage and in warehouses, so it will be repaired. These are some of the original booth backings and some tables. There's the original Monk's Cafe door, which still has the logo on it. Jerry's original kitchen counter. Looks like we're missing our cover to our stove set dressing. They have a little research and work to do. Monk's original storefront window. We still have the original window coverings in it. This is the refrigerator, the original refrigerator, which, as you can see, not many people know has actually been cut somewhat into the corridor outside of the apartment set. You can actually see an aging line where the wall actually set right here. The original radiators from the apartment, along with the bathtub back here, including Jerry's original sink and pedestal. Here's another piece for our diner, which is a header that goes above the counter. It's got the original signage on it, original wallpaper, all items that are very carefully and professionally having to be restored. Well, as you can see, it's a big puzzle. There's a lot of wallpaper repair. There's gonna be a lot of work making them look pretty, but that's what we do. Here on Stage 19, CBS Studio Center, Studio City, California. And this is gonna be the home of these sets that we're putting up.
Stage 19, the one we're on, is the original soundstage where Seinfeld started. This was the original stage they loaded in, so this is a very historic soundstage.
We were here the first 3 years, and then we had so many sets that the stage wasn't big enough, and we had to move to the biggest stage on the lot.
I mean, we shot sets, struck sets. I mean, you couldn't move in here. There were so many sets. We did 1,380 swing sets in 9 years.
This is the original set, Jerry's apartment, that they built in 1988. So the set's in bad shape. When we started looking at the blueprints, we saw sinks and things for Jerry's apartment you can't find anymore. They don't exist. So we've had to go out and try to match moldings that aren't around anymore, that were probably around and made 20 years ago that we haven't been able to match exactly.
You can see elements missing, such as cabinets in the kitchen, which were not found in the archives. We are having to match a couple of those.
Just trying to match paint colors that have got 20 years of age on them.
We re-laminated the whole surface of Jerry's kitchen cabinet, and in order to match it properly, we had to do aging processes. So it looks like it has been on there for years.
Fortunately, the museum saved maybe 80% of the original set. The other stuff, we're just gonna make it look like it's Jerry's apartment in 2008, 2009.
In Jerry's apartment, Larry wanted it to be a whole different look. It's, a decade later, and Jerry's, redone his apartment.
Larry David had very, very specific ideas about what the furniture should look like. He didn't want Jerry's apartment to have been frozen in time. He said the architecture can be the same, but the furniture should all be different.
When I showed Larry my layout of photographs of what I'm proposing, the couch was a little bit of an issue. He goes, I really don't want it to have the same arms. He wanted it to be a different color and a different shape. So it's really obvious, like when you look on the set, that Jerry's redone his apartment.
Things are a little more contemporary, but I think when you look at it as a whole, it'll still feel like Jerry's apartment.
We are scheduled tomorrow morning to have these sets fully dressed so we can do a walkthrough to make sure everybody's happy and on the same page.
I imagine it will be, for him and the actors, I'm sure it'll be like an emotional, adventure to see their sets, 11 years later.
Wow. This is really cool.
So what do you think? Season 10?
Yeah, the couch looks good. Table looks good. Great. It's great.
No one who's been working on this for the last 2 weeks has worked on Seinfeld, so none of us knew the reaction they would have.
Right, these weren't.
Yeah, these come out.
Wow.
These are wild.
And then those
I
you guys
remember
showed.
this being much bigger than this. Are you sure? this seems way off. I thought the coffee shop had a somewhat different configuration. The door, I don't remember the door being over there. I remember it being wider. This was way out here. Wasn't the cashier up here? The cashier was here, no?
No, everyone walked in between.
The diner is exactly the way it always was. The guys who were on set for 9 years couldn't even remember what it looked like. It was pretty funny.
I thought Jerry had some stuff though. That's a new door. Huh? That's a new
Jerry
door.
has a couple things.
That whole front wall is new because that's in
A lot
Jerry
of
took
people have
that.
a couple things.
We found out when Seinfeld ended 10 years ago, Jerry took the front door wall, so we've had to replicate that.
What's interesting is that this door, you look at the door and you go, the door looks very much like the original door, except there were so many kick marks on the bottom of the door from Michael's feet kicking the door open. So the difference is that backstage there were all these scuffs. This looks very, very clean.
I don't remember this being this close. The refrigerator? Yeah. He's living like a 90-year-old woman.
Well, you get a good apartment with cheap
Yeah.
rent, and you don't move.
I think we probably should do something about that. Yeah, I mean, all this stuff should be fixed up a bit. I think, because I don't think he would want that.
No one remembered how grungy the set looked until they saw it again and they were, oh, really? It was this grungy.
There's other little things you can do too. I mean, like stereo thing, make it something with an iPod deck, talk or something. You know what I mean? Like, just he lives in this
New Mac
century.
computer, flat screen TV,
Yeah, right.
stainless steel fridge.
But when we can, we should try and modernize it somewhat.
People
Yeah.
aren't going to notice what's the same. They're going to notice what's different.
Exactly.
So what do you mean spruce up the cabinet? You mean change them?
Well, the cabinets.
Paint the cabinets a
Just
different
paint
color
them.
because we made them
It's
anyway.
a little brighter.
Paint them,
or
okay,
something
great.
like that.
And if it's a new, we're talking about a new cooktop and a new fridge. The fridge alone,
Yeah.
that I think will do
Yeah,
a lot.
fridge.
The fridge alone is going to do
It was interesting to have them walk through, and Larry really wants the apartment to be a little more modern than we had it. So now, the next few days we'll be scrambling to make it look a little more contemporary by the time we get here and shoot next week.
Really something.
Oh my God. Wow.
Come on, hot set.
Hey,
Hot
dude,
set.
how you doing?
How are you?
At the moment?
It's a little
shaky.
disorienting, right?
Yeah, a little wobbly.
Something is strangely amiss.
Oh yeah, look, you've got granite countertops.
Things have changed. Oh, the upgrade? He's made a teeny bit of money. He's made it 10 years. That's true. It's a different fridge.
Yeah, it's a different fridge.
Different countertop.
Seriously, look. Look at the refrigerator.
Same service dining table.
And the exact material.
Exact same service.
Being a part of this process is very exciting for myself, and I'm sure most of all of our crew here. Obviously, this was and has been and will continue to be a popular cast and show. Here we are bringing it back to life, so I think there's a bit of how do I put it, excitement in everybody that's playing a part of this.
It feels great. It feels really great to, have been involved in an incarnation of sorts of, a TV show that has so much history.
It's cool. I think from the guy sweeping the floors to the carps from the lot, the grips, everybody's jaded. Everybody comes in, they do this all day long. They hang walls, they paint floors. There's an excitement level to this set that you don't normally see. I mean, you're walking on you're stepping into history. I don't think anyone really thought Jerry's apartment would go back up ever again.
A total flashback. Yeah, it was really interesting, really cool.